Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to create this nice logging form. As you can see, we have this little label slide up effect right here. So if I introduce here this button with some icons, both in the login button and right here up top, and the forgot password button. Now if this is your first time to my channel, on this YouTube channel I post new videos every single day that will help you become a better web developer so that you can earn more money and improve the quality of your life. If that is something that you are interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also make sure to click the bell notification icon so that you won't miss any of the new videos that I upload. With that being said, let's get started. So I have an empty folder here on my desktop, and I opened it with my text editor, which in my case is brackets. I'm going to create the index.html file, the style.css, and an img folder in which I'm going to put my background image. By the way, I'm going to put a link to the image in the top comment of the video, so be sure to grab that and code along with me. And if you are new to HTML and CSS, I'm also going to provide the useful links both in the description and in the top comment of the video that will help you out to get started and learn everything you need to know so that you can create what we do in this video. Okay, now go to the index.html file, give this a basic markup, and for the title I'm going to say login form. I'm going to link my style.css, and I'm going to go to Font Awesome. We need to grab this, start using free. I'm going to copy this and paste it right here. Okay, let's open this in the browser. Alright. Now we're gonna start with the markup. So go to the index.html and I'm gonna create a div with a class of content. Inside here, another div with a class of form box. I'm gonna put my I'm gonna go ahead to Font Awesome and search for user, and I'm gonna click this icon, copy here to copy the markup, and paste it right here, and also give it another class fa-3x to make it bigger. Now below this I'm gonna put a form, delete the action, we don't need it, this is just a design. Put an h1 and say login. Let's create some space. Okay, now I'm gonna create a div with a class of form group, and inside here I'm gonna put an input with a type of text and also give an attribute of required, and below a label for username. I'm gonna say username. I'm gonna copy this form group one more time right here. I'm gonna change the type to password, the label for password, and password. Okay, now below this I'm gonna put another div with a class of send. Inside here I'm gonna go back to Font Awesome and search for login, and take this icon right here, sign in alt, click here to copy, and I'm gonna paste it right here. And after this I'm gonna put an input with the type of submit, and a value of login. And below this div I'm gonna put an a tag. I'm gonna say forgot password question mark, and this should be it for the markup. Let's take a look. Okay, looks absolutely horrible. Let's go to our style.css and make it look pretty. First, some basic styling. So asterisk, and also select the before and after, and set box sizing inherit. If you don't understand this, I did a video on when I explained the property of box sizing border box, so go ahead and check that out. And for the HTML, box sizing border box. I'm not gonna waste time explaining in here. For the body, remove the margin and padding. So margin 0, padding 0, font family, give it Arial sans serif. Below this, let's put our image. So background, image, URL, img, and select the image. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna give it some properties. First of all, height 100, viewport heights, background size, cover. I also have a video in which I talk about background images in CSS. Background position, center, background, repeat, background, repeat, no, repeat. Okay, I want to darken this image a little bit, so I'm going to use a linear gradient. So linear gradient, RGBA 0, 0, 0, and 0.2. I'm going to copy this RGBA, put a comma, and paste it, and that should do it. As you can see now, it's a little darker. Okay, now I'm going to make some space here below. And I'm going to select the div with a class of content and give it a position of absolute. We're going to center it, so position absolute, top 50%, left 50%, transform, translate, minus 50%, minus 50%. Okay, as you can see now it's in the center. Select the div with a class of form box. And let's say give it a background of white, but we're gonna use the RGBA because we want to set the opacity. So 255, 255, 255, and 0.85 for the opacity. Okay, now let's give it a height of 550 pixels and a width of 400 pixels. Okay, a padding of 20 pixels top and bottom, 40 pixels left and right, and a border radius of 10 pixels to round out the corners a bit. Alright, there you go. Now let's deal with the H1. So form box H1, text transform, set it to uppercase, set it to center, so text align center, margin top, I'm gonna say 80 pixels, margin bottom 75 pixels, font size 3 rem, and color. If you don't know what rem units are, I also have a video on that. I'm gonna put it in the description and the top comment. 06BAC1. And let's take a look. There's our title. Excuse me. Okay, now I want to select this this icon right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say form box and use the greater than symbol and I. And what this greater than symbol will do, it will only select the I elements that are a direct child of this form box. And as you can see, this I is a child of the direct child of the form box, so it won't select the I element right here, only this one, which is what we want. And I'm gonna set the color to white, so color FFF, a padding of 30 pixels all around, background, put our primary color, so 06BAC1, and a border radius of 50% to make it a circle. Let's see. Okay, now let's position it. I'm gonna say position absolute, top minus 10.5% and left 38%. Okay, now it's where it should be. Now let's select the form groups. So form group, and let's say margin bottom 60 pixels, and also give it a position of relative. Okay, now we're gonna select the input fields inside the form group. So form group input, padding 0 on top and bottom, 5 pixels on left to right, font size 150%, a background of RGBA 255, 255, 255, and 0 opacity. The reason, and let's also say border none. If I uncomment this background out, as you can see, this is not what I wanted. So this is why I put this background and set it to 0. But this is not what I want either. I want to have a line at the bottom, so I'm gonna say border bottom 1 pixel solid 333. There you go. Okay, and I'm also gonna say padding bottom of 5 pixels and a width of 100%. Okay, now I want to remove this focus right here, so I'm gonna say form group input column focus outline none. That should do it. There you go. And now I'm gonna select the label. So form group label, I'm gonna say font size 150%, position absolute, top 0, left 1%, pointer events none, and transition 0.5 seconds. Okay, there you go. And if you wonder what this pointer events does, if I comment this out and now I click on this label right here, it won't allow me to type. I have to type somewhere outside, and now I can type. But I want to be able to click on this label and it will slide up. So for that I'm going to use pointer events none. And now even if I click right here, it will still allow me to put the cursor and start writing. So that's what pointer events none is used for. Now let's make the effect. If you go to our original form, this one right here, when we click it, the label slides up and changes its color. And for that, I'm gonna say form group input column focus plus label, and this will select the siblings of this element. And as you can see, input and the label are on the same level, so they are siblings. And I'm gonna put a comma and form group input valid plus label, so both when it's focused and when it's valid. I'm gonna say top minus 80%, font size make it a little smaller, 120%, and color set it to our primary color, so 06BAC1. And let's take a look. As you can see, this is our new form. It's not our original form. This one has the button, and this one we haven't done that yet, but as you can see, it's working. So, and if I click here, it says please fill out this field, please fill out this field. Okay, so it's working fine. Now I want to style this this login button. Sorry. So I'm gonna say input type equals submit, and in here I'm gonna give it a background of our primary color 06BAC1, a padding of 10 pixels top and bottom, 30 pixels left to right, color of white, text transform, make it uppercase. Let's see, font weight, let's make it bold, a font size of 150%, a width of 100% to go all the way across, border set it to none, a border radius 5 pixels, so make it the corners a little rounded, a cursor set it to pointer, and the transition 0.5 seconds. As you can see, we have it right here. We're gonna deal with this icon in a minute. let's say when we hover it, so input type submit, type equals submit column hover. I'm gonna say background, make it a little darker, so 06 AFB6, and let's say okay, as you can see it darkens a little bit. Now let's deal with the icon, and first I'm gonna give the div in which the icon is located a position of relative, and now I'm gonna select send, and the icon that is a direct child, remember we used this selector before, so I'm gonna say font size 175%. Okay, color white, position absolute. Okay, so it's right here, and I'm gonna say top 22%, left 28%, and let's see, and now it is where it should be, and we're just gonna have to deal with this forgot password link. So I'm gonna say form box A, since this is the only A element, and remove the underline, so text decoration none, a color of 333, font weight make it bold, display as a block, text align, set it to the right, give it a margin top of 30 pixels, and transition 0.5 seconds, and let's make it in that way so that when we hover it, so form box A column hover, it gets our primary color. So our primary color, let's grab it from here. Okay, remove this hashtag, and that should do it. So, as you can see, now our form is working fine. If I don't put anything, it's required, so I'm gonna say user. If I click right here, I'm gonna say please fill out this field, put a password, and now if I click, it refreshes. So it is working fine, and this is our form. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and share this video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.